into our conversation for the morning. A lot of people started talking, especially since that resolution was signed and the news broke. Some people still don't believe that that document is authentic anyways. In our conversation today, even though the focus is not entirely on that document, but it still has a lot to do with our conversation because we are looking at activities of the APC in Rivers State leadership. Do they have a faction? Are there factions in the APC? Who is the leader indeed of the APC? It's a lot. How effective is the APC's role as opposition in Rivers State? In fact, some people believe that the minister of the FCT is somewhat way in charge of the APC in Rivers State, as well as he is of the PDP. And some people had even said for the SDP is also in charge. When I spoke with the SDP, that was clarified. And they said from their own perspective, nothing like that. Is that the same with the APC? Well, we'll get to find out today. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And we have a question on our post there that we needed to respond to. Whether you think that the APC in Rivers State is benefiting from the recent resolution reached between the minister and the governor. This happened in Abuja yesterday with the president of the country in attendance with that meeting. And well, the rest, I'm sure you already know. My guest this morning is the spokesperson of Rivers APC Governorship Yankin Council, Sogbeye Eli. Sir, you're welcome and good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Well, there's a lot to talk about. Where to start is even very confusing because, the issues in Rivers State keep unfolding every single hour, every single day. But let us start with you clarifying this for us. And that would be the situation of the APC in Rivers State. Are there factions within the APC in Rivers State, or do we have one leadership?
There is one APC leadership in Rivers State in the person of the Right Honorable Amici, former governor and immediate past Minister for Transportation of the Federal Republic.
He is still
APC, as you know, has a duly elected executive at state level, at the energy level, at the world level, and they were elected at congresses sanctioned by the party constitution for terms of 4 years each, subject to re-election. That is a law, that's a position. However, about 2-3 weeks ago, some impunity came afoot in the sense of the National Working Committee ascribing to the powers that are not inherent in that organ of the party with the dissolution of the structures in River States without crisis. We call that in 2018 when the APC ran the crisis over congresses, up to when we were disallowed to participate in the election of 2019. No organ of the party was dissolved by fiat. None. Instead, the courts nullified the congresses, and then that gave rise to the SWC appointing the Cabinet Committee. That's how it's done, because of the crisis. In this case, there's no crisis, and then Gando J, who was appointed, not elected at the convention, and the National Secretary was also appointed, not elected, under the first elected National Chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and elected National Secretary, Senator Yola Missionary, to resign and imposed the National Secretary and National Chairman of the party. Those are the ones that came and started the NWC to sack elected executives of the party. That is unconscionable.
So are you saying that does not hold water?
Well, it does not hold water in the sense that...
Because at the moment, sorry, Mr. Eli, if you allow me conclude,
yeah.
Because at the moment, we know that we have an acting chairman in Rivers State in the person of Chief Tony Okocha, nominated or assigned that position by the national leadership of the party's acting capacity. That is where we are. So you're saying that the party in Rivers State doesn't recognize the role or recognize those appointments made by the national leadership of your party?
You see, let the facts speak for themselves. That man I just mentioned had called what they call a Thanksgiving on Sunday, all right, at the Portable field. That thing is there. Is that what an APC decided in Rivers State? How many APC leaders I know were in that event? Number two, I just give a narrative. In this event, but I subdue this. As I speak here, Peter Wachukwu sued for himself and not be able to tell every committee of the party had part of a court in Abuja challenging the attempt to usurp the powers of the state executive committee to fire that appointment of the committee. The matter is very court. My worry, sir, is we have headed the way of the Ibrahim case in 2018, where APC ended up not having a candidate on the ballot in 2019. Perhaps this is what APC Packers Abuja would achieve. So that they'll have the minister with whom they have an alliance, the minister of FCT, have his way, the way he wants to reverse it. Like, I guess that also has to do with what they're doing to the government of the state. But they have one man impose his will on the state. So what we might have at the end of the day is the court to rule, probably late in the day, that whatever they've done is illegal and unconstitutional, and therefore the APC is ineligible to produce candidates for the election.
What about the governorship candidate of your party in Rivers State who's heading to the Supreme Court, I'm sure? What's the situation with that? We saw the candidate of the Labour Party withdraw from pursuing the matter to the Supreme Court. Your party and your candidate, you're still at the Supreme Court. Is the National had withdrawn its support and says, well, it's not going on this journey with you. And with the situation following the leadership, and then even how we see the PDP members relating with APC members and all. First, tell us what is the situation like with your governorship candidate?
Well, I'll talk about partner stage.
Well, it doesn't look like we have.
Except they did not follow the ethical proceedings. I think what I thrown away that decision of the tribunal that the candidate of the party probably is standing on fatal ground after the party withdrew. That was the gross interpretation of Section 133, Subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022. I think what I set that aside, so it's no more the case. So one can go all the way as it didn't fit the it's not further at law at all, challenge the outcome of the election. However, if it decides this minute to withdraw like this is more of the Labour Party has done, it is at its own will, caprice. He can decide to do that and nobody can question him. I don't know as you will know.
With the defections that we've heard lately then, especially lawmakers who were said to have defected to the APC, with what you've explained about the situation in the APC in Rivers State at the moment and leadership, are you saying that the party doesn't recognize these lawmakers as APC members now?
Well, the party is an organic whole. Yesterday, the state chairman of the party, Jimmy elected Chief Emeka Begin, was on Riot News, the morning show, and spoke extensively on this issue. And like I said, the matter is already subjudice. So if some contraption led by culture organizes those defectees, that is his business. The question to ask is, can he provide for them a legal foundation to stand on? Because now they are already embroiled in the constitutional quagmire. If it is in fact to Section 109, Section 1, Paragraph G of the Constitution, if a parliamentarian, whether at the state or national level, that such a problem applies to the state house assembly. Anyway, including the state. If you defend the expiration of tenure, so a party other than that on which you are elected, you have automatically lost your seat. The only thing left are two things. One, the speaker will declare a seat vacant upon receipt of evidence as infected. The two, direct INEC to conduct election for by-election to fill those seats. What will happen? So the best APC can do for them is probably when the INEC cost of elections, the movement as a candidate, that is if that is allowed by the party if it gets to that stage. Otherwise, as far right now, they are not assembly members. They have to deal with that consequence. They're going to go into further contraption. Will be to complicated issues. Remember, I told you here that the speaker is lying before the court in Peter Ochuko against Gandhi and others. The outcome of that suit might determine the fate of the APC going forward.
Because
if you go to a party that has legal issues already, then they have found foundation. And they will not have a repeat of 2019 university.
So you don't think the APC benefits from this situation, especially with the resolution between the ministers?
The leader of the PDP university, okay, himself said a couple of persons will be defected. Even when Governor Bello Mata defected from the PDP to the APC, it was limited in reach. The clips everywhere. And Governor Bello decided from the PDP to the APC was rather clear. Now, the court is very silent about what happens in the PDP. I mean, in any event, the Speaker of the House, as Speaker of Baka, moved from the PDP to join Action Congress. That in the name of the government, that thing that forbids parliamentarians does not apply. So the government can move, that's not the problem. The parliamentarians cannot move. And in Congress that here in River State, towards the end of the last term, Chief of Promise VK of the PDP, visiting Elementai and then the constituency, as well as if it was running a change, a more fair constituency, defected to the APC. The second of led the PDP suits, challenging that defection. Somehow, by the Bemela, who was the speaker at the time, now she was staff to the president, as speaker and member of the APC refused to declare it vacant. Then I come up to that tenure lapse as elections held for 2023 to the president. That's happened. So the leader of the PDP himself knows that it is not acceptable under a condition to defect. He either let these young men to go and ruin their destiny by defecting to the APC.
But some people argue that the defection process wasn't properly implemented. It takes beyond just announcing on the floor of the House that, oh, you have defected and you're not a member of the APC and you're in support of the president and all of that. It takes beyond that to defect. What exactly is the procedure like? If someone is to join the APC from another party, what would the APC expect them to do before you say they are now members of the APC?
Well, I don't agree with the type of procedure you were referring to. People are uninformed with respect to them. If you want to join a party, ideally, you go to your ward and you register to of the party. All right? Ideally. In the case of parliamentarians who are defecting, to disclose their intention on the floor of the House or communicate writing to the Speaker. What's never again happened in Nigeria up to National Assembly level? So the guys came out from the House Assembly, waving the APC flags and announced. They have not only done that, they're going to step further on Sunday, publicly, announcing, speaking to Master Kamegule, who's also the work of 61, it affected the APC.
All right, let's take a commercial, Mr. Eli. Just hold your thoughts. Let's take a commercial. We'll continue when we return. Stay with us.
Yes.
For more talk, news and sport,
Sogbeye Eli. My name is Ifeami Andrew. It's 9:29 past 8 here on the Morning Crossfire on Nigeria Info and on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. It's very simple. Is the APC in Rivers State benefiting from the recent resolution between the minister and the governor? The meeting was held in Abuja in the presence of the president. And if you look at that, well, it did not state whether the lawmakers would have to return to the PDP or remain in the APC. My guest had rightly said that, well, the defection of those lawmakers are still authentic. They might not really need to go to their wards and, register and, whether they have turned their cards for the PDP and informed their ward chairman in the PDP that, hey, we are no longer members of the PDP, we're now members of the APC. That might not stand. Their role as lawmaker in the House, making that announcement, he says, confirms a lot. So does that now mean that we have 25 lawmakers from the APC in the Rivers State House of Assembly if things go according to the agreement? Some still think the APC isn't benefiting from that in any way. Mr. Eli, thank you for staying on the line for us.
Thank you.
And fantastic the clarifications you're trying to make with regards to the leadership issues in the APC. But one thing I would need you to just give a straight answer to is, if you have said all you said and the court cases that you think will declare null and void some of the activities that has already been put in place by the APC at the national level, two questions I would ask, in fact. The first one is, you would still agree that in APC in Rivers State, we have factions. Is that correct? Or is everybody in sole followership and loyal to the Minister of Transportation, who you say is still in charge of the APC in Rivers State?
Well, I don't know what you mean by factions, but my understanding of political factions is correct. That would suggest the existence of two different groups under two different leaderships or more.
Yes.
Okay? I just told you have a single line of leadership, a single line of elected executives from the world level to state level who are functional until some impunity happened in Abuja. And that impunity is being contested in court. So until that is determined, I would not want to speak on the matter of subjudice.
Okay.
Let the court determine whether or not the placement of the elected executives in the Keda committee is legal, constitutional, and not ultra virus. That's about that.
Okay.
As for who is a leader, the APC constitution does not define who should be a leader, but it is conferred on the basis of one who has held the highest political office. At the time we left the PDP for the APC in 2014 in Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi was the governor of Rivers State, and therefore the highest office holder. All right. Afterwards, he became a minister. Now the former governor had a judge in the APC. Former governors like Ben Kalil in the APC. So if I'm mentioning which is leadership, it will devolve on those people, not when the man was not being beyond the chief of staff in government house. So Sogbeye cannot have private leadership himself. This is our conventions, right? If you're not a minister or a governor at that level, you can't be leader of a party. It's not about wishful thinking. That's about that. And for factions, but not really factions.
So
I think that you surpass. I don't upset the APC.
So, Chief Tony Okocha, you're saying, because Chief Tony Okocha had declared himself leader, and most recently you've said that the matter is being contested in court, and so you would...
not leadership. It's not about leadership with him.
Two things. I'm coming, because there's also...
Chairman, that's what contested.
Yeah, but then he also referred to himself as leader after the elections, before now getting that appointment as chairman of the caretaker committee of the APC in Rivers State, which you have said, well, it's a matter that's prejudice and you would not want to say too much about it. Let the court tell whether the actions of the national is within the provisions of the law. The second question I would want to ask is, for a long period of time, I remember having different conversations with you, and I always asked why we do not see the national say anything or take decisions with regards to the activities of the APC in Rivers State, building up to the elections, during the elections, and even after the elections. Except for now, we did not get to hear much from the national leadership with regards to the happenings and activities of the APC in Rivers State, if not until just most recently. And many people would wonder, I inclusive, and I think when I ask this question, I'll be speaking for a lot of people when I say, what exactly would be the interest now? Because it is very, for many people, surprising that we have the national now stepping in and taking actions that you have described as unconstitutional.
But if you let me shoot straight from the hip. The APC has always been a contraption. A political rally is the political party. The APC, public so-called, was cobbled together with different interest groups coming together for the sake of taking power from the PDP in 2015. APC could even manage its own internal contradictions after they won. So much so that before 2019, most of the heavyweights that came from the PDP returned. Atiku Abubakar returned, Kwankwaso returned, Tambuwal returned, Saraki returned, and so on and so forth. And if you recall what happened in the 2019 elections, that's for the summer contradiction. We had lost elections, but indeed we lost 5 states to the PDP. But some parties are not able to cure its own malaria. That's why we keep having these flip-flops. We lost Bayelsa State, we lost Rivers State, we lost Zamfara, we lost Adamawa, we lost Oyo State to the PDP. Up until now, the same APC that you mentioned, rightly questioned just now, because Buhari left power and Tinubu took over, the APC is now loyal to Bola Tinubu as president, not to the constitution of the party. That's not the party. The party cannot work on the basis of who is president. So, under Buhari, this is not happen. When Tinubu took over, suddenly APC came out agonistic to the state level, state chapter of the APC. When the Taka rally is not favored, the next thing that will happen is that we're in court challenging the results of the elections. They go to court to withdraw no petitioners. All of that was done in consonance.
But the president.
Not a script as was seen.
But the president.
Excuse me, let me learn.
Okay.
This script is what I've seen to the managers of Minister of Wiki as minister in an APC government. This script is what I've led to the managers of Minister of Wiki protege, Zone Culture, at the committee. The same script is what I've led to the president in intervening in the internal affairs of the PDP Rivers State. The same president, the same text is the reason why it's also in the view of our reading in that same called resolution yesterday. The law is settled in 109 sub 1 paragraph G of the Constitution that when you decide you have lost a seat, you have lost a seat, and the Speaker pronounced summarily, including the case of the Federal Good Day against Opposition of Assembly, and other cases, as well as with GDP, in Dallas State, and other cases. It happened in the Federal Court in Calabar when the makes the Federal Alliance to the APC. This is not the African. But in this case, because of the interest of the APC leadership at the moment, in Rivers State, in some kind of backwater agreements that they have with the king, they're similarly interested. And they want to violate the Constitution.
But this is my question then. The president, as the highest office, holding the highest office in your party, and is in your party, what does that make him? Because you are saying that it is people loyal to the president and not the APC. But then the president's a member of the APC and is holding the highest position in the country and is a member of your party. I'm pretty sure I'm not a member of your party or don't understand how your constitution works, but from the little that I know, being the president makes him the leader of the party at the highest level. Am I correct?
I'm not contesting you.
So doesn't that mean that it is not? Would it be out of place if people then?
I'm not contesting.
What is? What is then?
When it's called either party supremacy, means that everybody who subscribes to members of that party is bound by the constitution of that party, by the rules of that party.
But my question now is, for the purposes of ensuring that the APC comes up as a united front and holds its position as opposition in Rivers State firmly, have we had meetings between the former minister, who you say is the leader in your position, Has there been meeting between himself and the president to discuss the way forward for the APC in Rivers State?
That shouldn't be our concern. The difference between Ruto Amechi and Tinubu should not become the issue of APC. All right? Tinubu ran an election for a deputy ticket. Amechi came second. There were people on that same race. There was the vice president, the immediate past vice president, the Emeshi Pajo. There was the immediate past senate president, Alpha Lawan. Even the current senate president ran before he stepped down. Okay? 5 years, a lot of them ran. So what's the difference about Amechi?
No. The point is, if he's the leader of the party, not from whether he ran or not, as leader, and with the issues in the party, many would expect that he would. I just want to finish the question so I put it in proper perspective. My point is, as a leader of the party in the state, and with all of this going on, and the different decisions being made, and all of that doesn't sit too well, shouldn't it be appropriate for the leader to meet with the highest ranking officer in the country, who is also a member of his party, so that we get some resolutions and form some sort of conformity?
Okay, I want me to walk into Amichi's head and tell you what...
No, we're asking if any of such has happened. We're not saying walk into his head.
I don't know. I don't know that has happened. The president is not a man just walking to. The president, by measure of his position, is the president of Nigeria, not president of APC. He has a personal office. You can't just walk into the president. For instance, a meeting like this in Abuja, it's already the behest of the president. For people to invite around for the president. You cannot walk into that meeting on the list. You saw Peter Delay in that meeting, right? Former governor was a member of PDP. The only time I saw there who claimed to be APC from the government I've seen is Sono Kocha. Everybody there was PDP. So the president determines who sees him. So if any meeting will want to be at the behest of the president, but clearly this same president, with respect to him, has shown from his actions so far that the already on one side. But he has something to do with wicked that's not APC. Alright, so he has some political alliance, he also has his interest, that drives his interest and his action. Is that the kind of environment we want to have a convention in? Did they consult and appoint a wicked minister? Then the president of Wike is not a member of the APC in that state. He knows. So clearly, the man has taken a stand and has done his own thing. Okay? The least you can do is to watch and take a decision. After all, we have what they call freedom of association in the Constitution. That's the right to actually work I want. We also have the right. So at that appropriate time, we were not comfortable with what's going on. We tell what we want to do. That's how it's done.
Okay.
We didn't begin from here. We're somewhere. When the environment becomes too toxic for us in the PDP, we left. So, there we are. If the environment becomes too toxic for us, I'm not what we want to do. That's how it's done.
All right, then. Let's open the phone lines and take a few calls now. Quickly, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003. The numbers again to call are 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0007. You can send WhatsApp messages to 0809-030-6416. And some of the messages here, first one from Odimegu says, it should be noted that peace brokered by the president, the governor has to be careful because of the next attempt. He will not. Okay, it is difficult to gather spilled oil. It should be noted that peace and war go in pari passu. This one says, the presidency have a special interest in Rivers State government, but it will be for the good of Rivers people. This one says, the 27 lawmakers remain in the APC. That is the resolution. You people said Mr. President should intervene, and he has intervened, and you're rejecting, and then you don't know what you want. Let's get to Robin in a chair on the phone lines. Robin, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother. Andrew.
Go ahead. My guest can hear you, Robin. Go ahead with your question or contribution. You heard the question.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes, greeting to the guest. Andrew, I have my position. I have shouted that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, when he took over office in 29th of May, he said he was going to administer leadership of Nigeria with the rule of law. Is that what we are seeing now? Is it rule of law? Yes. His father and son, the president, our governor, Steve Fubara, told us. Next week, the health minister, Maga is Maga. Good. These are the same people who block INEC office in Abuja. You see, Andrew, are you not a River State here? The same group of persons block INEC. This is foreign legislation. Look at where we are. When we talk, they say we talk too much. I have to talk because I'm a son of River State. I have never benefited. Look at the delegation who want to sign that document. They are all beneficiaries. To the past government, to the present government. Some of them, their children are serving in the executive committee of River State Council. You tell me because we need peace. Because we call on the president to intervene. What kind of intervention is it? The National Security Advisor to the president. Is he not aware of what Boma Good has said? Is he not aware that soldiers have been slaughtered in Abuja? I remember the Major farmer.
Braid is in Oginigba. Braid, let's hear from you quickly. Let's also remember that you respond to a particular question. We're asking, you saw the resolutions. Do you think the APC in River State would benefit from that, especially because we did not hear whether the lawmakers should return to the PDP or remain in the APC? Braid, go ahead. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Amy.
Yeah, go on.
Good morning, Sogbeye Eli. My name is Chief Comrade. I am Braid. Yes, Efemi, the way Anmara, the 25 members defected, is unconstitutional. The party has constitution concerning defect. You have to start from the word. They also notify the PDP that they are crossing to the APC. They are no more with their former party. And also, you cannot pass from the back door or from the window. And you should also understand that the APC State Executive Council, they've gone to court concerning the Critical Committee. And Mishubike Amechi, the former minister and the former governor of River State, is still the leader of the party. Having been consulted concerning all these defects, Mr. President has called him to say, look, SYZ is going on in your state. How are we going to reconcile this matter? And the people that went and signed the memorandum, did they hear from Rivers people? And those are people that have benefited immensely from River State funds. And they are still trying to recycle themselves. And Rivers people will continue to resist them. Because River State structure has not been with them, and it will never be with them. We will resist it. Please, River State should be peaceful, and they should listen from the River people to get the
thank you very much, Braid. Let's go to Emeka now in Elelewon. Good morning, Emeka.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Happiest day as a Rivers man. This is what I've been expecting a long time, and I know this is going to be. The lawmakers, they are majority. They declare their seat vacant. You that declare their seat vacant, are you the speaker? Do you have the capacity to declare a seat vacant? How many can you make up a forum? Until I say the truth, only 4 members, the other 2 to they are declaring 27 members vacant. Who made any speaker? I've been telling people this in several times that if she needs peace, stop chasing Martin Amewule. As long as you are still chasing that man, you are in problem. He is authentic speaker, elected speaker by River people. You don't have the capacity to remove him forcibly. No, and enforcing anything here to us. Anything has been suspended from the house. You know, so you have the capacity to say, declare the city. 4 people pass protect on River State. You know the shame? 4 people. People are not seeing in that angle. And you want people to be in River State. No. I was happy to see people today. He's really person I respected. The rest of that come themselves elders. You got that job. Those who are benefiting from the governor. If I tell you how much the governor spent so far in this
Emeka, please don't tell us because you don't work with the governor. You don't know whether he spent money. Emeka, thank you. Clinton is in Bori. Clinton, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask, is the president above the Constitution of Nigeria? That he will now petition the Constitution and order Because what I've seen in that resolution is a direct order to the governor. Forgetting that Rivers State is a federating unit under the federal government. So I don't even see anything to benefit there. How does the APC benefit? Because the constitution is explicit, it's clear enough to state that those that defected have lost their seat. So they are not House Assembly members. So I don't see any way we benefit from those people. So I think the federal government is usurping the powers of the law by giving directives to the governor. And the governor is not even looking out for himself. Because if the governor cared about himself, he will not sign that resolution that was signed yesterday. Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear from Clinton. Jude in Omuma now. Hello, Jude.
Yeah. The
Jude?
president, President Tinubu, is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's not a president of a particular party now. But he cannot change the constitution by himself and himself alone. The constitution is very, very clear on what the 25, 26 or 27 Rivers State House of Assembly have done, defend the consequences. The constitution spells it out. So whatever peace the president has brokered in Abuja does not change the constitution. PDP have declared the seat vacant in accordance with the constitution. So whether they come back to APC or PDP, the constitution has taken very, very careful of that. It made it very clear, and it's clear. So now, those people who have gone to Abuja to broker the peace, that's why I'm coming now. I'm a Rivers man, and I'm so worried. Now, Dr. Peter Odele, I have known him over years. I'm older than him. I'm a statesman. Now, this is somebody I can describe as bread and butter with former Governor Wike. You've been in Rivers State. This is a man whom the past governor has given 2 billion of our money.
All right.
2 billion to his privately owned university. Now, this is a man the past governor has given employment to his daughters in the judiciary. When our children are all crying,
well, I think you should also. It's also fair that you clear that the governor does not have cannot give employment into the judiciary.
To stand up and tell Wike on his face. Is that the wife? So these are the people who have gone there to broker the peace, and they are telling me as a Rivers man, I don't want to tell you much.
All right, Jude, thank you very much. But I just have to clarify, the governor cannot say who should be employed into the judiciary or not at the time he was governor. So I'm pretty sure the judiciary has its own procedure as to who it calls to bar and who sits on the bench. That is strictly followed by the judiciary. So just to make that very clear. Let me get to my guest. We're already out of time in just about 2 minutes. Mr. Eli, you heard some of the callers. I just take a few more messages. Also, Francis from Enugu says, okay, King says, peace without justice, equity, and fairness is peaceless. Thank God says this resolution had already been written days ago. 27 lawmakers remain in the APC, amongst many other messages. Quickly, just give us your response to this. Many would look and say opposition in the state is almost gone, especially with the APC who is supposed to be in the forefront, but not much is being heard. How would you respond to this resolution, and what does it mean for Rivers State and development? How would the APC respond to it? In few seconds.
We're not going to do an illegal thing and profit from it. We're passing on further progressive values. Now, I mentioned here that the Babylon did not declare it's of Dike and Musi when they defected because it's benefited the APC. We don't do that. landmines and blow up and leave tomorrow. This country must be founded on the rule of law, on justice and constitutionalism.
Okay.
Not to self-help for political or political expediency does not work.
All right, Mr. Eli.
I cannot subscribe to that. I'm not saying.
Thank you, Mr. Eli. But we have to wrap it up now and go for a commercial. Thank you very much.
9 Mobile, Nigeria's own network. You get rewarded for asking for more. So whenever you need more data to stream your favorite